Hello, this is Angelia with today's wisdom. Today's wisdom comes from Daily Ohm, Borrowed Vision. Somebody believes in you. I was lucky enough to have a grandma who did, and a great aunt, well, two of them really, who did, and that made all the difference in my life. There are times in our lives when we may find ourselves facing challenges that can seem overwhelming. And of course, we do. There's a lot of times in our life where we have challenges that seem overwhelming. But, we try to take care of ourselves as best we can, hopefully. The situation or task we are struggling with seems hopeless, and it is easy to stop believing in ourselves. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes we come up against what we call a brick wall, and we can't see a way out, and we just feel like we're not enough, and we can't really do anything. Actually, unfortunately, I was told by my mother when I was in my 20s not to try and do anything because I wouldn't be able to do it. Just to be a wife and a mother, and that's it. Don't try to do anything else; you won't be able to do it. So, some of us get messages that don't really support us in our journey. Your goals. Everybody should have goals. I used to tell my life coaching clients, make out your goal outline for what you want to do and how you're going to do it. And like I said, you'll always come up with more steps than you think you needed, but you'll get it done if you make the effort. And our dreams, because we all have dreams. There's things we like to have or succeed at, or how we want our life to look by the time we're checking out. It is during these moments that it can be reassuring and reaffirming to turn to the people in our lives who do believe in us. And those are the people you need to listen to, the ones who do believe in you. I mean, we all know the family members and friends and, people who do believe in us and who are there for us with encouraging words. Those are the ones you need to listen to. The ones who are not there for you and don't have nice things to say about you and have discouraging things to say, those are the ones you don't need to be listening to, because clearly they're a miserable person. They want to drag you down with them, and that's not good. Especially when we are finding it hard to believe in ourselves. And sometimes, like I say, we do. Sometimes we hit the wall and we're like, I'm just this nothing little nobody. I can't do anything. I can't, make any differences in anything. And, we start feeling sorry for ourselves. An encouraging word, a reassuring look, or hearing the words, I believe in you, from someone else who matters, can help us turn our situation around in an instant. And it can. I'll never forget when I was getting these negative messages from my parents, and my grandmother said, Ange, don't listen to them. You're smart, you're pretty, you're a nice person. You can do anything you want. Anything you set your mind to, you can do it. Remember that. And so, to hear that, that fills you up inside with love, of course. Excuse me. And that can help overcome the more negative stuff in life. So, if you are feeling bad, don't go to the people who's going to make you feel worse. You know who those people are. Go to someone who's going to make you feel better. Who's going to cheer you up, be there for you. I thank the Lord that He gave me a few good family members and some really good friends. I have some friends who, are just the best. Everybody has someone who believes in them. Whether this person's a teacher, and I had several teachers who were really nice to me, and good to me, who, encouraged me to go after what I wanted in life. Parents, nah, some of us do. Some of people do. I know some people who did have great parents, and I was jealous of those people. Friend, like I said, I got some good ones of those. Loved one. Now I have a great husband now. We both didn't start out as the greatest spouses in the world because we didn't have good examples in that, and we've been apart and together, and we went to couples counseling, to figure out how to love each other, because we knew we loved each other. We just didn't know how to love each other. So sometimes that's a problem. Or an employer. Now, I've had some good bosses. I have some bosses that I love. They were just awesome, people. And then I had some bosses who, I wouldn't let my dog work for them. Often their belief can wrap us in warmth, bolster us, and offer us a supportive hand to grab onto until we can regain our own support. And like I said, those are the people, when times are not good, those are the people you need to be talking to. Not, sometimes we know that this person's kind of down on this or whatever, so we'll get in there and commiserate with them, and then they just make us feel worse because they're being miserable and making us more miserable. Having that special person who believes in our abilities and our worth is a wonderful gift. And it sure is. Like I said, I wouldn't have gotten through my life if it wasn't for my grandma. I wouldn't have. I'd have killed myself at the age of 8 because I had the, plan. I even was carrying it out at the age of 8. But, I think her prayers for me were answered because she knew my life was not going so well. And I think her prayers helped me a lot. But when we are feeling unworthy, it may be difficult to take in something so precious. And that can be true. Alright, sorry about that. They were gone by the time I got there. I know who it is. I'll get back with them later. It may be difficult, and we may even feel like we need to do it all on our own, and that we shouldn't be asking for help. And sometimes, I felt that way, and my husband, I know, has felt that way, that, you have to be strong. You got to be strong and take care of things on your own. You can't look to other people to bolster you up. And that's not true. And, that's also not a good way to be. We need each other. We're social animals, and, we need each other. However, in letting their belief and support impact you, you are acknowledging the part of yourself that knows you are worthy of trust and esteem. And that is your spirit, in your mind. And in your heart that you are worthy of trust and esteem. And that's the part you need to listen to. You don't need to listen to the little monkey mind chatter that tells you you're garbage, you ain't no good, blah, blah, blah. Because that is not God that's saying that, that's the other team that's putting that in your head. By allowing them to believe in you, your own belief in yourself and your abilities will start to emerge again. And that's true because, like I said, what you're experiencing continues to be experienced. If you're around miserable people who are making you miserable, you're going to be miserable. If you are with supportive people who are making you feel supported, you're going to feel supported. Just common sense stuff right there. Borrow their vision, and you can make it your own. So, if you don't feel like you see anything in yourself that's worth, having some self-esteem over, think about the people who love you and who do care about you. And you think about, well, they see something in me, so there must be something to see, And if God bothered with you, there must be something to see. If your special someone is not there to spur you on, you can also lift yourself up with the gift of a positive image. And like I said, my grandma passed years and years ago. But I can think of the good times, and I have her picture sitting on our family credenza in there. And, whenever I think about that, I can think about, well, she would say this, or, she would do that. And of course, like I said, when my kids were growing up, we were in the church, and we had the WW to JD on everything. What would Jesus do? You can think about that. What would Jesus say or do in this situation? When you feel uncertain, you can create a vision of the future you desire that will serve as a beacon of light. And you can write it out, your goals. There's power in the written word. You can make a picture of what you want. I know a woman who did that, and like, she's a famous artist doing, big murals and stuff like that now. She painted a picture of what she wanted her life to look like, herself painting this stuff, and it came to be. So there's some power in the belief, that you can achieve. To do so, simply imagine a future that is exactly as you'd like it to be. And you can sit there, and daydream, or, right before you go to bed, kind of help yourself go to sleep a little bit. Unless you're the anxious type, and that would help you stay awake longer. Don't do that to yourself. Imagine in detail how you feel, what you're doing, and how others are responding to you. So you can imagine that, or like I said, write it out, draw it, whatever, makes it realer for you, if that makes sense to you. Make your vision as real as possible, and allow your doubts to recede so you can focus solely on the goal you seek. So like I said, the monkey mind chatter, you can't, throw it out. Don't listen to it. The more intently you focus on the image of what you want, your belief in yourself will step to the forefront, making it easier for the universe to open up a path and guide you, or the Lord, depending on your belief system. And they had the whole thing about, the secret, and basically is, you believe in yourself, you promise yourself that, that you're going to do everything you can, for yourself, because a lot of people didn't have any support, coming up, and so it's important to support yourself. If you're not feeling that awesome about yourself, borrow the vision of someone who does believe in you and cares about you and loves you, and go up from there. Think about it. Please like and share this wisdom so we can spread it around the world. If you want to help me out, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to help me out even more, go on my Patreon page and become a patron. That's all for now. Until next time.